Some strong language and a few major disappointments now on BBC Two.
Last year, living the dream followed this man's quest to go into business with his wife, his ex-wife and her second husband. The two families once shared a vision of moving to Spain together to run a B&B. 18 months on, things don't look so rosy.
It's not what we thought it would be like.
It's ridiculous sitting up here in this day and age with a bloody candle in the dark. It's never ending. Because you think you should be doing a lot more and you can't. You just can't get up in the morning.
I come home and say, hello darling, what sort of day you having? She goes, stuck up a mountain as usual.
What do you expect? What sort of day do you think I've flipping one had?
It's March 2002 and the Woods and the Averys are going into partnership. With 2 sons, 3 marriages, 5 dogs and 10 cats between them, things are bound to get messy. It's 6 weeks till they leave. Bob Wood's through with installing electricity for London bus shelters.
I hate standing here in a hole and the rain's running out of my arse. We're looking at going from 2 small 2-bedroom properties to perhaps 25 rooms and 6 acres of land. I mean...
But with no firm plan in place, Bob's ex-wife, Jenny Avery, isn't so confident.
It's totally out of character for me. Totally, because everything's always so organised in my life, and this isn't, because we haven't got anywhere to move to.
They've agreed sales on both family homes near Basildon in Essex, allowing each couple to put £43,000 into the venture. As the departure date approaches, Bob and Tracy go to Jenny and Simon's to finalise their plans. The partnership's already being tested.
My plan is, when I hit Spain, I'm going to look immediately for something to do. Work a couple of days a week.
But
because you're not going to look at houses every single day of the week, are you?
See, that's where we differ.
That's where we
differ. Our priority is the house. You can't sit idly by.
No, I said about sitting.
No, but
it doesn't matter to me what I do. I don't give a shit if I'm a potman, a barman, fruit picker.
We've got to be clear on. The consensus is that the main priority is to buy a property that will house the 2 families, but also provide a business in the form of bed and breakfast.
Thought we'd already agreed that.
But I'm just offering it up to the table. Is everybody 100% certain?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Well, I am. If we don't open the bed and breakfast, what would we do?
I get the feeling that what they're saying is that we're not going to work as hard as them and that we're not interested in the bed and breakfast, and I get the feeling that I'm being dug at.
It's not a dig at anyone.
If anyone's got any second thoughts about what we're doing, now's the time to say so.
A long time ago would have been the time to say so.
No, now, because we're on our way.
Anybody want a cup of tea?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
No, thanks.
Both families will save money by driving to Spain. Jenny and Simon are converting a 19-seater council bus for the disabled into a camper van.
Well, it's 15 inches.
The bus cost £1,300. Bob's been even more economical. He's bought a caravan for £450 and a van to tow it for £600.
What on earth does it do with all the pitch?
It needs a little attention.
Jimmy!
Yeah?
How's it go back together?
The convoy's meant to leave today, but Bob and Tracy's pet travel certificates aren't ready on time. Jenny and Simon have organised theirs, and they're off as planned.
For you to cut the ties, get the kettle on.
We will do.
21-year-old Terry, son of Jenny and Bob, is hot on the heels of his mum's bus. They're heading for Barcelona, where they'll wait for the others to catch up.
They're all right, it's the dog. Most disobedient dog I've ever met in my life.
The journey will end in Almeria in southeast Spain, where land's much cheaper than on the costas. Many who have set out before them say it's not an easy life.
We work far, far harder than we worked in the UK. But
we thought we worked hard in the UK, but we work much harder here.
It's jolly hard work. Keeping that smile on your face is very hard at times, very hard.
We've had some nice guests. Not a lot, but we have had a few.
2 days later, Bob and Tracy have got their pet certificates. They're ready to go.
Do us a favour, Steve, spray some of that stuff in here. Under the seat.
No, if you look, Tracy.
Prayer and the wing stuff, this, isn't it? Do a spray.
Every day from now until the guest house opens, the families and their pets will be eating into their savings.
Come on up. Here's a good boy. Go on. Let me go.
Oh, no problem.
Oh, yes, Barcelona. Sometime around Sunday.
Hi, Keith.
Yourself. Yeah. I'm going to miss you, mate.
I can't believe we're actually bloody going. Give us 10 minutes, we'll turn the road and we can put the road down.
Progress in the £600 van is painfully slow.
A few doubts about whether it's going to get up the hills.
Few doubts? It's a miracle we're here. I reckon the fella that sold us that is sitting at home pissing his pants with laughter.
I bet he's absolutely...
I bet when he sold it, he thought, yeah, I'd like to see them get over the Pyrenees with that piece of old crap.
It takes 3 days to do less than 300 miles, and they're still in Normandy. They were planning to be in Spain by now.
It's a miniature hell in that car. I didn't want to move in the first place, but I had no choice.
The ex-disabled bus is hundreds of miles ahead, speeding towards Spain. They brought along Clive, a family friend, to share bus driving duties. Terry insists on driving his own car. Still in central France, Bob's van gets slower and slower.
Yvonne, why are you not in right now? I'm ringing you from France, you stupid woman. We've broken down, the gearbox is gone, and we're now stranded, and we're staying at a holiday camp.
The advance party has arrived near Barcelona and set up camp in the bus to wait for news from the others.
And all the way through the journey I've been, no, we need to be going. No, we need to be like getting somewhere. Although I didn't think I needed a rest, I must admit, staying in a campsite like this, it's nice just to regroup.
What is unsettling me most is Terry not feeling settled, leaving all his friends behind. He didn't realise it would be as bad as what it has been for him. I can understand if it was a girl, couldn't I? He's not into girls at the moment, he's into cars. So he says.
By the end of the day, Bob has some good news for the others.
Tomorrow I'm buying a new van. Are you at the campsite now, are you? Villaros. I reckon I'll be there by about Thursday.
It's Jenny and Simon's third day waiting at the campsite.
We've calculated that they probably should hit us either late Friday evening or early Saturday morning if they want to push it. So where we are is, what do we want to do? Not bothered. Should we hang about here then? Yep. So if we're not going to reach us by Saturday, then we march on Sunday.
Bob's new £2,500 van is speedier than Simon predicted.
Yeah, you're going to overtake something again. Wouldn't have done this in the other van. Stunning scenery, it's lovely.
When they're reunited on Friday morning, Bob thinks the others will be itching to do the last leg of the journey. But Jenny and Simon won't budge from their new plan to leave on Sunday.
The problem is we've got 5 stinking cats in the caravan. It's killing us at the
It's
moment.
so hot in there.
Yeah.
Yours is cool compared to ours. It is steaming in there. They're going to start... Well, I'm going to lose my kittens soon. She's 5 weeks pregnant and I'm going to lose my kittens.
This will be our 4th night here now, waiting for Bob and Tracy. We don't want to travel again until Sunday because the roads we feel are going to be busy tomorrow, being Saturday. And basically they're not prepared to hang about one more night so we can all travel down together. So our stop over here, waiting for them, has been a total waste of time.
It's a total surprise that they got here this fast. Nobody followed the route that we had set in mind. You know, the fact that they're not putting their awning up every night when they said they were going to. It just seems to be one thing after another. That everything that they've said they're going to do hasn't happened. If it's like that travelling, what's it going to be like when we actually get to our destination? You can't go into business like that. You've got to have a plan. You've got to have a focus. And also, you know, if a cat is pregnant, why is it travelling in hot conditions pregnant? You know, surely as a human being you'd be very careful if you was pregnant. I don't know. Would you, Jen?
I ain't travelled when I was pregnant, actually.
If they didn't want to go, then why did they have us rush down here like a bunch of maniacs? Why didn't they say, oh, we don't want to go, we've got no intentions of leaving here till Sunday, so don't kill yourself then? They were the ones whinging the other day about how they've got no sudden money and how they've got to get down there and buy a house because they're so bleak and skin. And now they're the ones sitting up here holidaying it and spending money to stop up here. So there you go. They make their mind up, wouldn't they? They say one thing one day and something else the next day. You can get on with it.
After much agonising, Jenny and Simon have decided to back out of the partnership.
We had already made calculations that we could do it on our finances as a couple on our own. And we always had this as a backup plan. We've got the skills, the determination, and we've got the backing of Terry to make a go of it. I feel at the moment it's inappropriate to tell them, just as they're starting out on their journey.
I think we're too nice people to drop that on them and then just say goodbye.
Some people get road rage when they've been given bad news, and what I don't want to happen is an accident to be caused.
Unaware that the partnership is doomed, Bob and Tracy set off again. 10 days after leaving Essex, they arrive in Almeria, best known as the setting for spaghetti westerns. The two families are renting while they house hunt. The remote property might be up for sale as a potential B&B.
We chose to be in a village because we thought guests would want to be within a Spanish community rather than in isolation.
Obviously, you've got to have all bedrooms with bathrooms en suite.
Space. Lots of space.
And large. All the bedrooms are large.
It would take a bit of work to make this place comfortable. There's no hot water, no mobile signal, and no electricity.
Like I said, no electric. That's why we bought the generator.
The rent's only £12 a week. James isn't convinced it's the ideal location.
All it is a house and a ruin. I mean, there's a village over there, but that's practically deserted. All there is, all that I've seen of it, is a bloke with some goats.
It suits me. Being away from Essex, being away from neighbours. Waking up on a housing estate every morning with cars driving by you. To wake up here. Look.
A few hours later, Bob gets an urgent call from his business partner.
What's your problem?
What's the problem? Jenny wants to go home.
Oh no.
She wants to go back to England as soon as possible.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Terry wants to go home.
Oh, blimey.
He missing his friends too much. Spike was ill in the bus.
Right.
Jenny basically stamped her feet and said, I'm going to go back to England, I don't want to go any further. We've got the pets here, haven't we? So I've got to get the pets vetted so I can then transport them back to England.
Are you staying where you are, or...?
We ain't going to stay here because Jenny don't like it here.
They're going home, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, because of Terry, told you.
The dog was sick. Things got stressed. And Jenny started stamping her feet and said, that's it, I've had enough, I want to go home.
Well, then she's a sad, silly little cow then, isn't she? I'm sorry, but she is. She sold her house, she spent all that money, she's come all this way, and because the dog's sick, she wants to go home.
I don't think it's because the dog's sick. I think she just... I think the upheaval's just upset them all. I was married to Jenny for 19 years, so I'm quite aware of her changing moods. I can't imagine why anybody could come out here and want to go back to Essex.
God, that smells nice.
Must be mad. Absolutely mad.
With nowhere else to go, and their plans still up in the air, Simon and Jenny are coming to stay at the rented house with the others. When they meet at their estate agent's office, the men are talking, but Jenny and Tracy aren't communicating at all. It's a standoff.
There's no way it's getting down there. No way.
Simon, there's so many bumps.
Why does people don't trust my driving? No, not.
So we're going to be wanting to move on in a couple of days.
Rather than walk down the hill to the house, Jenny and Simon choose to camp in the bus. Later, Bob pays them a conciliatory visit.
Are you still thinking of going back home, or are you...?
It's a possibility.
The possibility is still there. But
is that because you want to, or because Terry wants to?
No, Terry doesn't know what he wants to do. He doesn't know, still doesn't know.
Right.
No.
So what we would ask you and Tracy to do is continue looking for property, but look at mainly for yourselves now.
Yeah, I understand that.
Before long, Bob and Tracy have decided that this is the guest house for them. They've asked the landlord to sell.
We looked at a few properties, and nothing matched what this is.
It's lovely in the evenings. You get the birds and all that come out. It's nice.
The price of £40,000 will leave them no money to get it up and running, so Bob started to do casual work with an English builder in the next village.
Oh, it's lovely after a day's work.
Jenny and Simon are staying in Spain. They've upped sticks to a campsite, and so far they've looked at dozens of potential B&Bs.
Jenny and I are not quitters. We have got ragged determination. Our days are when we can arrange to go and see someone. The rest of the time it's literally at the site. And between the hours of 2 and 5, you can't do anything here because it's so hot. And at the moment we have to go everywhere with the dog, so the dog's always in tow.
Eventually, Jenny and Simon are fed up with searching. At £37,000, this house is within their budget, but it needs a complete refurbishment.
Bit of a mess.
Yeah.
Bit of a mess, but livable mess.
They decide to buy. The builders begin a month later. Jenny and Simon have gone for the cheapest quote, around £15,000.
We've estimated about 10, 12 weeks tops. So, luckily enough, there's no major structural work, so it's just a lot of it's cosmetic. I'm gasping for a cup of tea.
The family will do as much labouring as possible themselves in order to conserve their dwindling funds until they open.
I washed my hair this morning.
Yeah.
You know how much hard work that is, bent over a bucket with cold water?
With Bob working as an odd job man, he and Tracy have put their plans for a guest house on the back burner. For now, they're concentrating on basic home improvements.
The overall long-term concept is that we will have 8 rooms downstairs, which we will be able to live in. And upstairs will be 7 rooms that we can do with what we want. Another year's time and this will look entirely different.
Bloody better be, or you're divorced.
Well, I'm sure you don't mean that.
They've discovered the area is full of expats.
No, that's quiet for you.
When we first came here, there was, what, two English families? Us and another one.
First English, and then other people came after, and now there's loads and loads of English.
Right down at the bottom of the mountain, when you first start driving up, there's all the new houses that have been built. Eventually, it's just going to keep working its way up.
They're celebrating the installation of Bob's £4,000 second-hand solar power system.
We'll have to pay to come up here soon, I'll see that.
Yeah. 2 months on, Jenny and Simon are in trouble. Building costs have spiralled and they've had to take out a £5,000 loan. And when challenged about the cost of materials, their English builders walked off the job.
Hola!
Bob's come to inspect the damage.
Jesus. I'm not a professional myself, but I could have done a better job than this.
You can't trust any English people in Spain whatsoever. We've still got a part of a dream of setting up a business out here, but the more crap that keeps getting thrown at us, the less that dream becomes reality. And if you ask Jenny today what her thoughts were, she still wants to sell up and go back to England.
Does she really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. We've taken different directions now, haven't we?
Yeah.
If it had been me and Simon who had differences, we'd have spoke about them. The girls, unfortunately, neither of them are...
Well, they're both headstrong.
Yeah. Could have been a lot nicer if they, shall we say, I don't know, were slightly more adult with their differences.
Bob and I are doing the wisest thing and just staying out of the way, really.
Living in a building site is not only not much fun, it's horrendous.
Not to be recommended, I think is the term.
We had no doors and windows. We had planks of wood up against the main doors of the house, which didn't work because one night we were invaded by some sort of an animal that was growling at my mum. We don't know what it was.
I was on my back on a plank up in the air rubbing sawdust into my face off these awful beams. And at the end of the day, I forget what happened, something happened, and I just burst into tears and thought, no, I've got to stop, I cannot continue with this.
Simon, Jenny and Terry struggle on alone. They've given up the idea of running a B&B and they want to go back to Essex.
The location's not really
Spain for us
ideal.
hasn't got what we want, has it?
No. No, it was more of a, this was second best, and at the time, what money we had, it's what the best we could afford. And there's nothing out here for a youngster, so poor Terry unfortunately won't, there's not much for him to be career-minded out here. And for Jenny and I, with our English experience that we had in retail and stuff like that, means absolutely nothing out here.
They want to finish the house before they sell in order to get the best price. They hope to earn something from renting the upstairs once it's finished, while they continue work downstairs. They need at least €150 a week to keep going, and funds are running dry.
Can we get downstairs done by the middle of September?
A month to complete it, really.
Yeah.
Not feasible. It's just too big a project. We're doing 2 houses.
I think that's going to be the option, to complete it and get the best price we can for it. It could be on the market as early as October, I reckon. Do a bit of an opening day for a estate agent.
Yeah, you could do. You could do.
Bob's making enough to get by. He's gone into partnership with Mike, a fellow British builder.
I'll get a mixer on. Met up in the bars a couple of times, and Mike came up one day and he said, I'm looking for somebody, well, how about coming to work for me? So we did.
Doing patios, general garden work basically, what they don't get offered by the main builders here. It's quite lucrative, Bob, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Our work's growing now. We've certainly got work into September and probably the middle of October before we've got to struggle again now.
All right.
With no work, Tracy's stuck at home with her growing menagerie.
Hello, Sauce.
Come on, Sauce.
The latest addition is half sheep, half goat.
Come on, Saucy.
Tracy's best friend Yvonne has come for a week to keep her company. Tomorrow, Tracy's celebrating her 40th with some unexpected guests.
Jenny and Simon are coming. Yeah, well, that'd be nice, everybody together. And they can meet some of our friends then and hopefully make some of their own.
I am surprised. Very surprised. Have they not been out to a barbecue before?
Not at barbecues. No.
I didn't think. They're not.
They're just different.
They are different, very different, yeah.
Not the same thing. As long as they're polite to me, I'm polite to them, and that's the way it goes, isn't it? Yeah.
I don't really know what happened to you.
We got chatting to them outside the window, and next thing we know, they got us some cat litter. All of a sudden, all 4 of us just were talking as nothing was around. That's it, really, isn't it?
This will be Jenny's first visit to Tracy's house. Simon's not taking any risks on the slope this time.
Happy birthday, thank you.
Happy birthday.
Today it's nice to see Simon and Jenny because we can stay friends. The fact that we're not in business together doesn't mean anything, and we can stay friends, and that's good. If you haven't got friends out here, you're in serious trouble.
In spite of a busy social life, the honeymoon period's over for Tracy.
So what's the drawbacks? No electric, no phone, a horrible husband. husband, right, that sits in the pub till 9:30 at night getting pissed with his mates while me and James are eating Weetabix for dinner because we've got no car because he's driven it off the cliff. So we couldn't get any shopping, so we waited for our darling husband that looks after us to come home and feed us.
Yeah, but I didn't know
But
you
he
didn't
didn't.
have any food, did
So we
I?
had Weetabix for dinner. That's the drawback.
Nothing to do with me, was it? I didn't know you didn't have any food. I didn't know, did I?
If you'd come home,
Had I have known,
to check
darling.
on your poor wife who's living at the top
Had
of a
I have
mountain with no
known,
electric,
darling, I'd have been
no
home
phone,
like
no
a shot
car.
from work, wouldn't I? I wouldn't have gone in the bar, I wouldn't have had a drink. I don't go in the bar every night drinking, only very, very occasionally.
I'll keep him like this, pissed us apart.
Yeah, both playing. Come on.
Despite their predicament, Jenny and Simon can't resist adopting more cats by the week.
Come on, little. Off you come. On the Saturday we acquired 3. On the Tuesday we picked up another 1. A neighbour up the top of the hill gave us a kitten because his daughter was allergic to it, so we took him in as well. And they will all be coming back to England.
Simon hopes the house might be finished by November, but each new animal needs to complete a 6-month vaccination process before travelling.
The English cats almost could be rabies blood test straight away.
They
so
are done.
They are done. We could in November quite happily go back with them for pets. Because we keep acquiring kittens, we have to obviously add the days on, and it's now looking that we couldn't go back to England with all the pets until March.
Good girl, aren't you? We got there, aren't you? You lovely girl.
Bob and Tracy have taken in yet another animal. And they've been entertaining again.
Pissed off. I should have been bloody bed, sleeping.
Okay, darling. She'll cheer up, cup of tea.
Fucking take a lot more than that.
Hello, Catty.
The fucking horse gets treated better than me. Bloody thing. Look at him. He'll get kicked out of fucking bed. And the horse gets fed breakfast and got called sweetheart. Tatty.
Whoa. Whoa.
Bossy, come on.
Come on. Good girl. Good girl. Come on. Come on. Come on.
The pet bill actually sometimes outrank what we spend on ourselves eating, doesn't it?
Mm.
At least 40% of the shopping. It's got to be head in, isn't it?
With little left in the bank and so many mouths to feed, in September, Simon's forced to go out to work.
So should be down shortly.
Got English?
English, see.
Oh, there you go.
One, Simon. Simon.
Simon and Juan's new boss, Barry, runs the local fish and chip shop and renovates old houses for resale.
I'll unload the cement first.
Where do you want the cement, Barry?
Just down here, if you like.
50 to a pint.
Simon's new role is general labourer.
En Inglaterra no se obras.
No, nada, no?
No, nada.
No job, no...
no building.
No building?
No.
What's happened with England now? There's no job in England. Everything's going to Almeria and Spain.
In England, I was a jefe of a tienda. and I was on similar 12 euro una hora.
Now he's earning around half.
Yeah, here's the boss.
Simon, yes, sir.
I'm sight again.
Move down the side of your leg, Kim.
Right hand side.
Little.
Shall I turn it on again?
Off you, mate.
On. Just at the moment. No.
What? Stripping out?
What side?
The left side. Both sides now.
Hi, Danny.
Suffering.
Yes, mate.
Was that a war party or what?
I don't think I could have done this yesterday.
Bob and Mike have quoted €1,800 for this job, but their earnings depend on how long they take to get it done.
Yeah, here's yours in the brown one, mate. Oh, it's not the easiest job in the world, this, is it? Yeah, about another ton down there, Rick.
I've seen fitter dead people.
Yeah.
Surprising what you'll do to your body over a fiesta, isn't it?
My casa was a ruina.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, in dos meses, possible grande palace.
See?
See, the people of Verena. See? Oh, estupendo. So they've seen a ruin.
Yeah.
To a nice house.
How much you pay for it? Well,
48,000 euros.
48,000
euros.
Expensive. Well, depends.
Roughly 9 millioni.
Not in percentages.
Yeah.
So how big it is?
250.
It's not bad.
But without Simon, work on the house is losing momentum.
It's never ending. You get very frustrated at times because you think you should be doing a lot more and you can't. You just can't get up in the morning, and it's not like the same as getting up and going out to work and starting a job and doing a 10-hour day. There's other things that we have to do in the meantime.
There's been plenty of times where you would say, do we want to really do this? You know, because just the work that needs doing here is going to take a few years. Do I want to do that for the rest of my life? The answer would be no.
Things got very fiery, actually.
We learned how to row properly.
We learned how to row, yeah.
Bob's in trouble. The solar power system's not working, his partnership with Mike has broken down, and he can't get any more work as his van is out of action. He's enlisted Terry to help fix it, but they've spent a fruitless morning trying to register for their local residency, or padron.
Hello. How you doing? You haven't tidied up, Jimmy?
So yeah? You told me just to tidy up the bedroom and the spare bedroom.
I went to the post office. What time did you say for me to be there?
I said to you, they'll open about 9.
Yeah. So I got there at 9:30. Walked up there, post office not open. Back to the English bar, spoke to the girl in the English bar. She said it's normally open between 11 and 12.
Well, that's figures for Spain, isn't it?
So I went to town hall up to the mayor's office to get the padron. They can't do it till tomorrow because the mayor wasn't there to sign it.
So shall we type a letter out on the computer then, saying we want bins and electric?
We ain't got a printer.
Of course we haven't.
Got to turn it on to hot.
That is hot.
Red. You can tell easily, can't you? Because the cold tap's got more pressure and the hot tap hasn't.
Pressure in this house is what you fucking call to me. Don't worry about the bastard tap.
If that's showing red, that means that could be hot now. It's getting warm.
It's getting warm. It was hot and it'll hold on.
Because you turned it off.
I never touched the tap. Oh, shut up. Just fucking wash up, will ya?
Yeah, just wash up.
Oh, we'll have it done next week.
What?
Kitchen will be finished. And I'll have a breakfast bar with stools next week, won't I?
Yep. I would say so.
And drink, can't I?
It's all right, though, isn't it?
We need it to spread through the rest of the house now.
It is slowly spreading through the rest of the house, isn't it?
Jenny wants to impress Simon's boss. She's hoping Barry will put her cakes on the menu at his fish and chip shop.
I don't want to go down the beach with a thong on. It's been fat.
I'm all right. No, go on. All right, take the
Is this out of a packet or did you do it yourself?
No, straight from the normal flour and eggs. Flour, eggs and sugar. Handmade.
I couldn't eat a whole one.
With all the family vehicles off the road, Tracy's feeling more and more isolated.
If you run out of anything up here, you've got nothing. You've got to wait until somebody can be asked to come home and go and get you some shopping because you can't leave the mountain.
Yeah.
And that really pisses me off. You're stuck up here with a candle and a fucking pizza. Do you know what I mean? At least in England, you can turn the leading electric on and watch the television. And it causes Raz all the time. Because he's constantly bloody moaning, you've had the solar on, you've run it down, or you've had the Jenny on, you've used the petrol. It's ridiculous.
Things got a bit strained, didn't they?
Just a wee bit.
just to say the least, a bit strained and a bit of a bust up, didn't we, for a few days.
Trouble is, there's nowhere to go out here.
The next option is, right, why don't you piss on back to England? Yeah, all right, I'm going, get me a flight. And we got down to that for a little while, but if we're going to be out here and be unhappy, that's no good. That's no good. We've got to make it so we are all relatively happy.
By October, Bob's back in business.
It's a bit scary sometimes because being a one-man band, every now and again you have a couple of days where you haven't got any work, but I've been pretty lucky really. I do tend to try and put myself around where I know the work's going to be. I've got a habit of stopping off in the bars if I see any new English cars and let people know that I'm about.
For the sake of family harmony, Bob and Tracy have bought a new car for €800.
I'm out all the time now. I'm never at home. Brilliant.
Now she's mobile, Tracy's gone into business as an Avon lady.
There's a lot more people doing the Avon than I thought, but they just all seem to be Spanish. And the English just don't want to go and buy it off the Spanish because they don't speak the language, and the Spanish don't want to sell it to the English for some reason because it's too much effort. So I'm doing really well. Just sold loads and loads.
Jenny's cake selling scheme hasn't taken off, so she's stuck with the routine of cats and building chores.
Hello, baby. Avon books.
Didn't know it was over here.
Well, it's here now anyway. Comes from Madrid. That's the Christmas one.
I think we'll be having Christmas, will we, Tel?
I've sold quite a bit.
Have you?
Yeah, €380 in the first book.
That's all right.
Yeah. So what date do you think the animals will be ready now then?
April.
April.
Should have been April. If I had my way, if the pets were ready, I'd go back to England and sell the house as it is now. Just leave everything and go. Because I'm so fed up and just disheartened. with the whole thing.
It's not easy.
After more than a year's hard work, Jenny, Simon and Terry's house still isn't finished. Nevertheless, they've asked their estate agent to value it. They've got high hopes.
Anywhere from 200,000 euros upwards. You right?
How are you? Wow.
Cold.
It's changed.
Yeah, hasn't it? Remember when this was a granny annex?
Who's done all the work?
Me and Jenny and Terry. It's not quite finished yet. We just want to sort of like show that, you know, get a worth of how much we're looking at.
Right. Oh, it looks different on the inside to the outside.
This is Terry's ensuite. This room's now all finished. Okay?
Oh, nice. I like the tiles.
Yeah, these tiles have been done throughout. So
And you did this?
Yeah, I've done absolutely everything. So this is going to be like a mini dining room.
Right.
And in here is going to...
There's cats everywhere.
Yeah, there's 14 of them, so be careful. Here we go. This is the kitchen.
Oh. So we're in for a surprise.
You are.
Wow. This is brilliant.
This is this is the room. How each room will look.
And where's the toilet?
Over there.
You've done a very good job. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see when it's finished. We'll be able to give you the price. But for now, I would say anywhere between 150 and 180,000, somewhere between the two.
Euros.
Yeah.
You think around about 180,000?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Euros, isn't it?
Yeah.
Euros.
Which is... I'd say 200. Well, I'd say 200,000 euros, which is what? 150,000 pounds? What's your sale by area? Okay.
Essex executive detached house, 5 bedrooms. A little bit out of our price range, 447,000.
Crace Hill.
Crace Hill. That's Billericay, isn't it? That's 385. Thailand and Turkey. Switzerland. Possibly in America, isn't it? You see that?
Disney area, a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom villa. Private pool, superb location, £99,000.
It's cheap.
It's cheap, isn't it? Something might be pit stop over England for a couple of months and then...
Go on again.
On the move again.
We're all back on the firm footing again now. I think we're all firmly here to stay. Yeah. Well, I know we are, aren't we?
If you get me electric, yeah.
Well, let's just...
Otherwise we might have to move down the mountain.
Now I've made the big move to move away from England, and from everything I know, I don't want to be going back there and staying there in 10 years' time. I want to be living in another country.
Yeah.
A better lifestyle.
And doing something for us on our own rules. So, you know, we want to have a hand in our fate, don't we, really?
We did before, though.
Yeah, but it was...
No, we did. You can't say we didn't have a hand.
No, yeah, we had. Yeah.
It just didn't work out.
We just didn't have a helping hand.
It just wasn't what we thought it was what we wanted, and it wasn't. Was it?
Oh well.
Bob and Tracy have got what they wanted, but they're no longer alone.
Looks like it's going to be new neighbours to me.
I wonder if that was going to be a terrace looking out over our house.
Don't know, it could be, I suppose. Oh, I reckon in 2 years' time there'll probably be 20 odd houses in the lemon grove here. It's a shame, isn't it? Still, we could sit here with a telescope anyway and look up at them, can't we?
James has got one upstairs.
If you're thinking of living your dream, we'd like to hear from you. Call us on 08709 020 777 or visit our website at www.bbc.co.uk/lifestyle.
You want to buy a gun?